Here you're going to find the best beginner's guide for Brawl Stars. I'm going to give you my 9 top tips on how to dominate in Brawl Stars from day one. Let's get into it. If you don't know who I am, I'm Coach Cory, and I have 2 accounts with every single brawler on those accounts. Over 500 trophies. I was in the top 200 for about a year. Currently, I'm just outside of it, and I have lots of great tips for you all to become better at Brawl Stars and just have lots of fun at Brawl Stars as well. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead, subscribe if that's your thing. If you like getting better at games, I'm your man for that. So let's go over my 9 best tips for a beginner to Brawl Stars. Tip number 1 is going to be do not spend any of your coins in the shop. I know this is tempting as they're going to pop up offers where you can spend coins to buy power points to level up your brawlers every single day. But if you're trying to max your account, what's going to be the biggest holdup is coins. Coins is the biggest necessary thing to get your brawlers to that max level. And you want to just keep saving your coins so you can level up your brawlers instead of spending your coins to get those points to level up your brawlers. You're going to need those coins most of all. Now, maybe you have 1 or 2 favorite brawlers. Go ahead if you really want. Spend some coins to level up those 1 or 2 favorite brawlers. That's okay. But for the most part, you don't really want to be spending any of your coins in the shop, as that's going to make it take longer to max your account. The only exception is buying star powers in the shop. Once a brawler is level 9, you can buy the star power for that brawler in the shop, and that will be a good deal if all your other brawlers are level 9. Otherwise, just hold off on spending coins in the shop until all your brawlers are level 9, and then you can go ahead and buy as many star powers as you can. Another important thing to know as a new player for tip number 2 is how to spend your gems. You do get gems in boxes for free, or of course you can go ahead and buy your own. So you're going to want to know what to do with your gems. The best use of your gems as far as maxing your account the quickest is going to be on a token doubler as a new player. But if you're able to get with a group of friends, buying ticket rolls and playing Robo Rumble is going to be the other best use of your gems, as that's going to be the best way to go ahead and get the best return on your gems. You buy that ticket roll, you go ahead with a group in Robo Rumble, learn the best strategies, and if you can get a good time, you're going to get the best return. The most coins per your gem is going to be from buying those ticket rolls. But if you're not able to get with a group of friends, or you're just still really learning the game, I'm going to recommend you use your gems on token doublers. The only other caveat with buying ticket rolls with your gems is you can only buy 1 roll of tickets every weekend. So you're not going to be able to spend a bunch of gems at once on ticket rolls. So in that case, using it on the token doublers is going to definitely be the best thing. Now let's get into some gameplay tips. Tip number 3, it's going to be use your ammo wisely. In Brawl Stars, each character has a different reload speed. Some of them are fast, some of them are really slow, so you got to be careful about how you use your ammo. Of course, if you don't have that ammo to get that kill, you're going to regret using it earlier if you miss. So there's a couple different tips I have for this. One of them is going to be to not constantly fire your shots. A lot of new players are just constantly shooting whenever they see someone. If you don't have a good shot on someone, consider waiting until you have a good shot. It's better to have the ammo for those shots when you have a good shot available, as opposed to just firing blindly and not really knowing where or when someone is going to pop out. Another thing is, if you did use all of your shots, consider waiting to reload fully if you've taken some damage. While you're reloading, it's a great time to heal up. If you are constantly attacking, it's going to stop yourself from healing up. You need to not be attacking in order to heal up. So while you're reloading, why not make double use of that time? You can reload and heal up at the same time. Some other great uses of your ammo would be checking the bushes. If there are bushes on a map, there could easily be a brawler hiding in those bushes. So before walking into them, make sure you go ahead and shoot through those bushes and see if someone actually is in those bushes. Another thing is, if you have extra ammo and you're not really sure where anyone is, just start firing down likely places where someone might walk. On some maps, there's really small choke points where someone is going to have to walk through those choke points if they want to get up the map. Those are going to be really great places to shoot. So if you don't know where to shoot, just go ahead and shoot down those places, and more likely than not, someone's going to eventually walk down them. Tip number 4, and this one is really important in Brawl Stars, is learn the range and spread of every single brawler. This is going to be really important. You got to know if a brawler outranges you or not. If you're a Colt, you got to know that a Brock is going to have a longer range than you, or a Piper is going to have a longer range than you. So for you to go ahead and deal damage to them, they're already going to be in your range, or you're already going to be in their range for a couple tiles. So that might not be a good matchup for you. Or if you're a Bull versus a Shelly, that Shelly is going to have that longer range than you, but it's going to also deal not that much damage at long range. Also, different brawlers like Poco can hit multiple people at once and have a really wide spread. This is going to be really important for learning how to dodge shots from different brawlers. So go ahead, take the time and figure out how long each brawler's range is and how wide and how far it goes. Tip number 5, and this one is really important not only for success in Brawl Stars, but honestly just having fun in Brawl Stars. Let's find people to play with. Playing with random teammates can often be one of the most frustrating things in Brawl Stars because, of course, you have no communication at all and you don't know what brawler they're running. You don't have any sort of team comp going on. So what I'm going to go ahead and say is, first off, join a band, but also try and fill up your friends list. You can put up to 200 people in your friends list. There's a bunch of different ways you can fill that up. You can just go ahead and join different bands and request friends from people in those bands and then go back to your own band. And on top of that, I'm going to say maybe don't fill up your friends list with people who are already in your band, as you can already share your team to people on your friends list and people on your band. So if they're on your friends list and in your band, you're sort of taking up space on your friends list and you could be sharing to more people. I'm also going to say go ahead and join different Discord groups. There's a lot of different organizations, big groups, where you can go ahead and join their Discord servers. Discord is a communication app, and there's a lot of different organizations that use this, and you can go ahead and join their Discord server and find different people to play with that way. Organizations like Nova or Tribe. You can even go ahead and join the Discord for the Brawl Stars subreddit. And I'll go ahead and put a link to all of those Discords in the description if you want to go ahead and join them, and you can easily find other people to play with in those Discords. Tip number 6 is in Brawl Stars, not only do you want to play brawlers according to the game mode you're playing, but also according to the map you're playing. Different brawlers are better on different types of maps or in different game modes. Some brawlers might be really versatile and good on a bunch of different game modes and maps, but some of them might be really specific. Like Mortis is really good in Brawl Ball. He's really good as an offensive guy, getting the ball and going ahead and trying to get goals, but he's not that great in some other modes, like Heist, where he's not going to deal that much damage and he's not great versus the safe. In other situations, there's some brawlers where they're really good on really open maps, like Piper and Brock are really good on maps that have good for long-range brawlers, open maps with not many places to hide where the enemy can escape to. But other brawlers like Bull or Daryl are really good on maps with lots of grass and lots of walls where they can use that to hide behind and get closer to the enemy. So go and learn, look at the map, and before you go ahead and play the map, see what brawlers, what might be good. And I'll also say there's a lot of YouTubers like myself who go ahead and do rankings for different game modes. What are the best brawlers for different game modes? I have a bunch of those. I'll put a link to a playlist in the description if you want to see the best brawlers for each game mode. But there's also other YouTubers who do that as well, tier lists, and also, of course, according to different maps as well. Tip number 7, and this one is going to sound a little bit weird, but there are going to be situations where you want to die strategically. Like in Gem Grab, if your team has Countdown, they have gems, and you have one person holding all the gems, the other 2 people should go ahead and try and get in front of the enemy, stall them down, and actually die. You might even want to die because then you can respawn invincible and you'll be even closer to that teammate who has the gems, and if that teammate does end up falling down and dying, at least you'll be invincible right near them and you can go ahead and pick them up, or you can deal with even more enemies who killed your teammate. Also in Bounty, this can be very true. If you have a teammate who's worth a lot of stars and you're getting close to the end of the game, you want to try and put yourself in front of them, take the shots for them, make sure they're not dying, and maybe it's you dying instead because you're worth much less to the end outcome for your team because you have less points. This can be really important to do. Also, even in duo showdown, maybe your teammate has way more power-ups than you do. You probably want to keep them alive because they're going to have a better chance of succeeding with those high power-ups than you would be with less power-ups. If you can go ahead and put yourself in front of the enemy and allow your teammate to live, that can be a really good situation to do so. Tip number 8 is going to be learn those 1v1 encounter winners. Like, for example, you want to know which which brawlers are going to win versus other brawlers more often than not in a 1v1. For example, if you're a Bull versus a Shelly, this is a really interesting one because if that Shelly doesn't have super, more often than not, that Bull is going to be in a good situation to win versus that Shelly. But if the Shelly does get super, then the Shelly usually has the advantage. So you want to try and learn what brawlers are more often than not going to win versus other brawlers. Tip number 9, and this one is the most important, it's going to be stay positive and learn from your mistakes. This is so important in a game. There's definitely tilting moments where you're going to get frustrated, maybe you go on a loss streak, but take a second back. Just take a deep breath. Ask your friends, what am I doing wrong? Where can I improve? Or even look at your replays. Replays might not actually be out at the time of this video, but they should be out shortly. So go ahead and watch through some of your past games. Look at some mistakes you're making and try and improve and get better. But definitely stay positive. That's going to be the most important thing. Just having fun and succeeding in any game. Now, if you are curious who the best brawlers are in each game mode, go ahead and check out that playlist over there where I rank each brawler from 1 to 22 for each game mode or even overall for every game mode combined. That's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you later.